Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
We got a couple things I want to talk about today. We do have, he says, happening right now. Nah, you good, bro. Y'all know I like to start off all my calls with just a moment of gratitude and give some people some time to hop on the call. So it's just really just kind of like a perspective that you want to have hopping into the market. I actually took a trade this morning. I lost 100 pips. I'm gonna show you guys. I mean, I think Julian was in that trade too. But it was almost a clean setup. We got here 16 people on. All right, I don't want to jump in and explain everything and then have everybody confused. Just give everybody 2-3 minutes to hop on. But yeah, just spending a couple of minutes in the morning when you're reading or when you have like your meditation time and just finding a couple of things to be intentionally grateful about on a day in, day out basis is a beautiful thing. It adds so much value to your life. It changes your perspective on how you view things and kind of reminds us of some of the overarching bigger pictures of our life, like the higher time frames, as opposed to like we live our life on the minute chart. So like we're reacting stuff here, this here, blah, 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 when at times we really need to change our perspective to the higher time frames. So if y'all can understand that conversation. Yes, yeah, Julian said he lost 100 pips too. So I'll jump right into that first. So I already have it marked on here. And again, this will answer a couple questions that people have been asking me about the trend and stuff like that. So when I'm trading breakouts, I'm usually not worried about the trend, especially when I'm trading with the indices, because like I talk about this often, is that your indices, if you go to the day chart on the indices, which is this right here, this is NAS 100, that we're in an overall bullish, uptrend by, I'm saying, for a long time now. Does that mean it's going to be like that forever? No, but that is just the reality of right now. So usually I'll be open to taking a breakout in either direction. So when this morning happened, I woke up probably about 6 a.m. Eastern Standard, like somewhere around right here. And I started to see all this bullish pressure. And this line right here is the high of our Asia session. And I'll break down the strategy again. I've been doing it on every call. And a lot of people messaging me saying they're starting to understand, which is good. So this was the high of our Asia session right here. So once I saw price come and have a strong close over, I entered right about here. Had my stop loss. What was it? I could read it to you, but it was probably like about 120 pips. And so once price came back in this moment, lost that trade, and that was cool. And again, like I don't mind. Like at the end of the day, for me, that's still a good setup. And for anybody who wants to be even sharper with their trades, if you zoom out, and I had a lot of people asking me this, they're like, do you still trade with the trend with the breakouts? And for me, I don't, because it'll give me more trading opportunities to not, and more times than not, I win, but your overall trend is down. So when you see that and you already know that, you know that it used to be more likely, like your sell opportunities are slightly more valid than your buy opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But that was just a trade I hopped in. And you see here for today, if we were to clean up, I'll delete everything off the chart and break it down from scratch. We got about 30 people on. I don't know where y'all been at. We had almost 100 on yesterday. But let's see where we're at. I see some pops up. My life for AIRO was good. What's up, Daniela? How y'all feeling? Looney was good. Paris, what was the confusion? You say it's AP Live. The launch call is today at 4 p.m. So that is priority number one, is to get on the launch call, and there everything is going to be explained for about AP Live, how everything's going to work, and I'll touch on it again too in a couple of minutes. Let me see. Okay, Dylan, I didn't know Bill said that. So yeah, that I was told Wednesday on Sunday. So I've always known, or I always thought it was going to be Wednesday. I know they were trying to do it on Tuesday, but it just took a very long time to import all the people to the back office. Like everybody has their own like independent code coming into it. So it's interesting. I think I closed my NAS chart. All right, give me 1 second. All right, cool. So a couple things I want to talk about before we hop on and get into the meat and potatoes of today's call. What book was that? That was Atomic Habits by James Clear. Right now, yeah, it's all good. My bad, Dylan. I didn't know the details. These recordings are all actually on YouTube. So if you go to Auvoria Prime's YouTube channel, all these couple of Zooms that we've done for the last week or so are there, and the ones before that are in the AP Live back office. I'm sorry, the back office of your Auvoria Prime, but it's right where we were doing the live calls through Vimeo through the beta test a couple weeks ago. So it's right at the bottom of that page. And then once we drop AP Social, everything gets a lot cleaner and a lot easier. So we got a couple things going on today. So you got FOMC today at 2 p.m. That's going to be interesting. We should definitely see some big time movement from that, like at around that area. So I'm excited to see what's going on, and I'll actually probably hop back on the charts and see what's going on around that time too, just to potentially catch some of the setups. And sometimes we'll see the market be kind of slow when there's a big news event like that. That'll be kind of like, you know, I mean, maybe not too much movement or a fake out will happen to the true direction of where the market is going to end up going. But it's just kind of like a thing you play by ear, and you know, every day in the market is different. So let's check out some of this pre-stock market data. Y'all know that our main reason for trading during the 9 to 10 is to see the New York Stock Exchange open at 9:30 and see if we can potentially catch some scalps off of that, hopefully lining up one of our breakouts. So let's see what we're looking at for the day. For your Dow, S&P, everything is negative across the board. It may change at the 2 when the FOMC drops, but for right now, everything is still looking negative across the board, almost at 1% up here for the NASDAQ. So things are looking bearish still. So now when we go check out the charts, let's go see what's up. All right. And welcome everybody new to the call. Good morning. What's up, Jordan? What's up, Gloria? Yeah. Oh no, my bad, Perry. I didn't even know it was scheduled for yesterday. I was told Wednesday, pretty much at the beginning of the week. So let's go see what our indices are doing. And again, I try to trade S&P the most because I feel like it's the most friendly for people's account sizes, easy pip count, easy to understand for most people. So let's talk yesterday first. All right. So after my call yesterday, we had, and again, we're basically trying to mark these up from scratch every day so y'all can just see how that breakdown works, how it flows on a day in and day out basis, where the good trading opportunities would be at, and things like that. Because one of the benefits of AIRO and how we have this set up, this isn't set up in a way to where the only time good trades are going to happen are when we're on a live call. We don't control when some of these breakouts or when some of these things are going to happen. We just respond when they do and want to keep everybody prepared. So this is yesterday's money zone session. So this is 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time yesterday to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time yesterday. Our call was somewhere around here. What I want to talk about, we talked about the first potential trade you could have had being from the strategy 3 breakout to the south, meaning that this was the bottom of yesterday's. It's funny how it was basically the bottom of yesterday's Asia session zone, but it's also the top of yesterday's money zone at the same time. But that would have been your first selling opportunity. That was London. That was London session yesterday. Now, while we were on the call, we marked everything back up and we talked about how our price had already broke down to the south already. So on the call, there weren't necessarily any trades to take, but we spoke about if price would have come down here and get to the bottom of yesterday or 2 days ago's money zone, which is around 4438 for those who are looking at the chart. Once price came and broke that, and again, that's this red line that I'm referring to here, and this is the low of 2 days ago for the money zone. And once price came in this region, this could have been another selling opportunity once price came and broke this. And this was about noon yesterday. So I did see some people who were in that trade. And if you would have entered around when price came at the line, you would have only been in 36, 37 pips max DD, and price went and dropped over 170, 80 pips almost. So it's like, I wouldn't say you ride it out that long. And again, you have options. Like for me, with these breakouts, a lot of times we're really riding the wave of momentum. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of times with the indices, one of the reasons I like to trade them is because we catch runners, meaning that, so once price for S&P, once price gets 20 pips in profit, you can put your stop loss at entry and either close partial profits of your original entry, or if you want to just ride it out, you can ride it out, but I like to take some money to the bank. So you can close partial profits of an entry, and then from that point, just slide your stop loss down if price continues to melt, which has happened now on multiple occasions. So right now where we're at for S&P, let's just make a new markup. So our 4 points of interest are the high and the low of the money zone and the high and the low of Asia session. So first point of interest, bang, up top right here. Second one is right here for yesterday. My bad. Let me check the chat. Where's that? This is the CNN was money.cnn.com. And this isn't like, you know what I mean, super like, oh my gosh, just gives you the whole play. You can just start selling knives as soon as you see this. It's just for more overall information about what's going on. And as the exchange opens, we'll see these prices and these numbers change. So it's just for, you know what I mean, overall understanding. And when you see knives in a downtrend and indices in a slight downtrend on the 5-minute, just kind of makes some sense. So we're identifying the high and the low of yesterday's money zone. And again, it seems like price is far away from them right now. And this is what I want you guys to know. Like, you guys should download or either go to your MT4 and set alerts up for these price levels, because it might not happen in the hour that we're going to be on today's call. But that doesn't mean that throughout today or throughout the rest of New York session, especially obviously it's New York session, you're going to get a lot of movement out of the indices, that these trades wouldn't open up. So those are your first 2 points of interest, about 4468 for a potential buy, and then 4418 for a potential sell. Now, on top of that, you're looking at your high and your low of Asia session. So last night, I was charting out with my wife, and we were literally looking at S&P, and we're talking about, it was probably like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, if price closes below this during this session, I would take that. And if it even went down to the 1 minute, you would have found a couple of bounce arrow goals around this region as well to have taken this potential sell here once price closed under this red line that initializes the end of the Asia session. So this was end of Asia session. Boom, you could have taken this. Now also, let's talk about the low of Asia session, which is right here. Somebody might ask, that's a little off. Somebody might ask, why isn't this the low of Asia session? Does anybody know why the low of Asia session is right here as opposed to right here? Just curious to see who's been paying attention. So we look at the M15, not Glory, this is for indices. So it's like your markups for your Forex pairs, like your GBP pairs and your traditionals that Nate teaches for most of strategies are on the 15, but we're talking about indices. I'm usually marking up and looking at everything on the 5 minute. Stuff's a lot quicker. Correct. So Kenny and Sadia and same with Raj all said the correct thing. Correct. Daniela, it's not on the start of the day. It's not to say it's not the start of the day. It's just the first 4 hours after this time frame. This is still the back end of New York session, because New York session ends at 5 p.m. Eastern, but the money zone ends at 1 p.m. Eastern. So this 2-3 hours is still technically New York. So you want to look until after that. And usually you can see like maybe a small gap in the market or something where it's just easy to see where New York session ended. But this is our low. So getting some bearish pressure over this low during this session, which, I mean, we're close. We could see something here. That will be a potential trade opportunity to take if we get a breakout over this after 9:30. I wouldn't take it before 9:30 if it happened, just because we're so close to when the news is going to happen. And it's not to say that the stock exchange is a news event, but every day there's potential volatility to where there's wicks that go in both directions at times. So you want to wait till things are a little clearer, but that's looking like a potential sell that we'll have here for S&P, and we can swing over to our other ones and look up. What's up, Nicole? How can I, says, first time on your call, welcome. How can I identify the beginning and the ending? Again, it's literally like just from the eye test, because sometimes you can put the period separators on there, but I feel like it just makes your chart a little too messy. The easiest way is just like, it's about half between this money zone and this money zone. Halfway through is where your Asia session break is. So just for your ease of eye. Yep, no problem. Gloria, correct. Wait, I don't know what to repeat, but it's cool. So let's go look at Nas 100. Yeah, it looks like they're breaking to the south. Where did Nas go? Nas is right here. Same with Nas. So if we mark up our breakout zones, the highs are far. Nas had a big drop yesterday. But yeah, these indices look like they're going to keep falling. Let's see. So this is our high and our low money zone. Highs up here, lows up here for the money zone of the previous day. Then we're looking at the high and the low of Asia session. So our high of Asia session is right about here. And then our low of Asia session is right about here. Yep. And then if you see here, you can even see this is the trade that I took earlier today. Thought this was going to be a buy, got a strong close over, lost 100 pips. Totally cool with losing a trade like that, because if she goes, there'll be a big time win. Now, you can also look at the overall direction of the trend and be like, yeah, I shouldn't have taken any buys anyway. And that's up to user discretion. But a lot of times with your indices, once you break those points, it is usually a good flow. What you see here, this is our sell potential entry here for NAS to the south. So we'll see how the market open plays, but this looks like we'll have some opportunities to take these trades. And I'm mainly looking at NAS and S&P, US 30. You need to have a nice account balance to trade US 30. That's just facts, but I'll mark it up and let's go check it out. But I don't want anybody to take unnecessary. Your stop losses just are bigger numbers with trading US 30. So here is your low of Asia session. And again, it just had a strong close kind of over where you see prices at. That's your low of Asia session for US 30. Your high is up here. And then your second potential entry would be if price breaks down and breaks this low. This is the low of the money zone here. So these are like, you can mark these. That's why I say this is a simple strategy, because you can basically do it every day and just mark up those key zones. And then when you see them, when you see price break over those zones, you can take it, put your stop loss. You have 3 options. And we're going to talk about stop losses too. I get a lot of questions about this. Because you have options. You got to realize that you as an independent trader, like this isn't an expert advisor. This is you trading your own personal account and managing your money. So you can determine how much you want to risk per like basically when your comfortability grows, you can determine how much you want to risk. Because even for the trade I showed you for NAS, like I wasn't going to risk more than 100 pips or 120 pips on that trade. And I was totally comfortable with that. So it's like you determine where your stop loss is based on your comfortability. For me, I either go, you have 3 options. Like let's say, for example purposes, I were to take the sell that just happened. So let's say price broke over this low and I enter the sell right here. And I'll be in the sell for US 30 right now. 3 options for where you want to put your stop loss is 1 is above the moving average. Okay, so the moving average is this blue line here. When you enter the trade, you can see where the moving average is at and go, okay, I'll put my stop loss just a couple pips above that. You see, even here with US 30, that alone is already 350 pips. It's like, sheesh. That's why it's not really a beginner's thing that you want to just be trading. You want to really get comfortable before you take that. And because S&P and NAS are just a little easier on the pip count and flow a little more, I just feel like it's easier for a beginner. Shout out to Jackie, because I was never trading S&P before. She kind of put me on to how it works well for smaller accounts and beginners. So your first option is above the moving average. Your second option is above the previous high or low, meaning that you look at the candle structure of what's happening and say, okay, in the most recent candle, I want to put my stop loss above the high. So that'll be basically this wick here of the previous candle, or the candles that are close. Now, that's option 2. When you see here with US 30, that's already 700 pips. Now, option 3 is above the previous zone. So it's like the previous zone that's here, you can put your stop loss above, and that would be also a safe place to have it. So there's 3 options: your moving average, the previous high, or the previous zone for each time that you take one of these trades. And which one that you prefer is up to you. I will tell you that the bigger your stop loss is, the higher your win percentage is, but it also increases the size of your losses and the more patient that you have to be for your trades. So it's really a personal preference kind of thing, and nobody can tell you what to do with your money. You're going to get more comfortable with the process as you do it. And again, you see here that this is, if you go down to the 1 minute, it's even a little clearer. This right here was the low of the Asia session here for US 30. So if somebody would have taken this trade, your stop loss could have been above the previous high. The moving average is really tight. So that would be, I wouldn't use the moving average in that scenario, but that's really tight. And then above the high, above the zone. So you have 3 options each time. And I try to make people, or not make people, but help people understand that as you're trading. And that applies to all the strategies. Like any trade you take, you can say, okay, cool, I'm determining my stop loss based on where the moving average is, where the previous zone is, where the previous high. Like that makes the most sense rather than having just an objective set amount each time, because that's not realistic to how trading is going to happen. It doesn't happen the same way every time, every day. That's why it blows my mind when people are like, oh yeah, I make X amount trading every month. It's like, how do you make a set amount every month? The market is not the same every month. So it's like, I just don't believe in some of these people that I hear on the internet. But that's what we're waiting on. So I want to see, we got about 10 minutes until the open. I'll take a look at a couple of these Forex pairs in a second. For these trades though, I'll be looking again, you see S&P wicked off of our line. And again, these lines, even though it's a line, it's really a zone. You're looking at like 3 to 5 pip zone, and nothing in Forex is just absolute like pinpoint to the T. So yes, absolutely. Sometimes people get crazy entries. Yes. But is the market is based on zones, not necessarily just these pinpoints. So you want to look at this as a zone. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen during the new year when the exchange opens. And you see here for S&P, it hasn't really made a big move yet. It's just been flowing up in this region. So we shall see. But it wouldn't surprise me to see some bullish pressure up. And then if they're to retrace down, we might not get much though. Like it might be holding off until FOMC at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll see what's the situation with that once that goes down. I don't really trade any FX pairs outside of the pounds. I really haven't even like taken many trades. I've just been really honing in on this strategy. Excited to start my Manifest 7 challenge next week. So I'll be rocking with that prop firm. There's a million prop firms out there you can try. But myself and Nate will be starting with them next week. So just been tightening up our risk reward and everything. So this is GU. I was looking at GU last night, got overall downtrend, but you'll see that the high, I think I saw some people, I think it might have been you, Julian. Some people that were in, they took the strategy 3 here. So this is the high of the Asia session for GU. So I saw some people that were in buys for GU. And the thing is that like, we're on an M15 now because we're talking about a Forex pair. But the thing is that you want to like, when I talk about not worrying about the trend with the breakouts, I'm really referring to the indices because with the Forex pairs, it just matters a little bit more because there's not as much volume for you to snag some pips. And we got an up arrow on the dollar. Let's go look at the dollar. For those who don't know, yeah, so this is the United States dollar index. And if you don't know, like it's a very easy way to kind of stay on top of what's going on, the overall direction of the markets. And again, what's interesting here, this is the dollar index. It looks like it's just kind of consolidating in this range. And then when FOMC happens at 2 o'clock, there's probably going to be a breakout in some direction, which is definitely going to affect the markets. What you see here yesterday, that the dollar had a big rise. And with that, you'll see a big drop on GU. So it's like they're inversely correlated. So if you see and understand what's happening with the dollar, you can understand and be able to make better predictions on what's happening with the Forex pairs that you're trading. He said counter trend strat 9, I guess. Yeah. So that is the dollar. Let's look at GJ. Look like it popped off. And again, this is what's interesting. So for GU, you see that was also a downtrend. GJ is also a downtrend. But for GJ, when it cracked this breakout zone here for the strategy 3, it went up and probably gave you your 20 pips. Let's see. Almost 40 pips up to the next zone. So it's like, it's interesting to see how different currencies play out. Obviously, GJ is connected to the yen. GU is connected to the US dollar. So it's like, that's where you see the main differences at. But it is just interesting to watch and just get a better feel of what's actually happening in the market on a day in and day out basis. You can also leverage, I was teaching people this, going to FinViz. So finviz.com, it just kind of shows you, if you go to finviz.com and click Forex, it'll show you the strength of the currencies. And if you know the strength of the currency, like GBP, NZD, the NZD is super weak. I think they had some news yesterday. A lot of people were showing me screenshots of their Gearbox accounts that were in EUR, NZD drawdown that all went into profit. If NZD is weak, then that means that the pairs that have NZD on the back end are going up and the pairs of NZD on the front end are going down. So it's like, once you know the strength of the currencies while you're trading, you can just get a better feel of what's going on. And again, I haven't even really been trading pairs that much recently. Questions, comments, concerns. We're about 5 minutes out from the open. So we'll lock back in and see what's up with our indices. Nas is about 250 pips away from the Asia session low. I hope it doesn't just stall out and we got to wait until FOMC. Possible. Again, that's indices across the board are showing negative on the pre-market. So it would not shock me to see a big meltdown. It's just when you get in. How do you know when there's a reversal? You don't. I don't know when there's a reversal until I see one. For me personally, I don't spend time trying to predict where the market's going to go because anybody can be wrong. I'd rather respond, gotcha. They said they locked down New Zealand for 7 days because of 5 COVID cases. Wow. So that's what happened to New Zealand. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Euro and ZD went flying yesterday. Saw a bunch of people posting profits. Looking like we're going to get the sell. Just wait for the break. Got about 3 minutes. This is S&P. For those, and you see here, US 30 retested that line on the 1 minute, dropping. It's just you gotta have a bigger account. No, I wouldn't say GJ and GU follow each other. Just because they're connected to different currencies. Like if FOMC, if the dollar gets ridiculously strong or weak today, GU is going to respond to that more than GJ. And that's why you even see with the example we just showed. Could GU go up and follow GJ for those 30, 40 pips? Maybe. But it's not like a lock. Let's see. Yeah, look like US 30 trying to give it to us before the call. I mean, before the release. We got 1 minute. Let's see what we get. A few seconds out. Let's see. Sheesh, S&P. Mainly looking at S&P and Nas. S&P's on the top left on the 5 minute, Nas on the bottom right. Nas about 100 pips, maybe 200 pips away from our breakout spot. S&P's right on it. I'm not going to chase. Okay, the zone just disappeared here for S&P. Yeah. Wait on it. You see Nas shooting up. Just be patient. Let's see what happens. Bringing up Nas, going to the 1 minute. See here wicks in both directions on the 1 minute. Let's see, wait until price makes a decision. All right, they're all starting to get bullish. And oftentimes we'll see fake outs with the indices. So you just wait it out. For a buy, price will have to go a distance to take a breakout buy. You see here for S&P, there's a 1 minute one for Nas. But here, one, we already talked about how we're in a downtrend. The zone that was here disappeared here. That was bullish. So I wouldn't take a buy until price close and we see strong activity even all the way up here. I wouldn't just take it because it looks bullish. It's no bueno. Yeah, US 30 look like it don't know what it want to do. 30 is choppy, still just wicking around that same area. Let's check Nas. For Nas 100, the buy zone is closer than it was for S&P. So this is the high. And again, it's the same trend I took earlier right here that I got stopped out on. So we're still in an overall downtrend. Where price comes and closes above here, get a strong close, that's a buying opportunity. We'll see though. And this is why we wait, because we get movements in both directions and price isn't exactly sure what it wants to do just yet. So let's allow it to get clear. Yeah, I would rather this be a wick when we see price coming in. We can take this sell, but not just yet. Questions in the chat? I see y'all. Jeez, 600 cases a day sitting. US 30. Still, and still the same region. And these 3 minutes that are going on since the open, nothing's really happened, just noise. Yeah, I'm very tempted to take the S&P sell. It's getting close. You got 2 wicks in the 1 minute. We get a strong breakdown over this. You might be able to take that. And you see a wick starting to form here on the 5 minute for Nas. Let's see where this candle closes at. We might be able to take a sell. Yeah, I like when that happens though. Pump fake up. Some people might have jumped in and lost money on the buy and start to show us where it really wants to go. Let's see though. Don't jump just yet. I want to see how this candle closes. Five. It's just not clear just yet. It's like almost ready for the S&P sell here. If you take it, you put your stop, and this is where you got your 3 options, where you put it above the moving average, above your high, or above the zone. I just want a stronger bearish candle because it's still just kind of sitting in that same spot. Didn't get below this wick here yet. It's like flirting with us, but not trying to really do it. Let's see. For Nas, we're still a ways away. And that's why it's like for Nas, by the time it hits this breakout zone, we'll know it's the real deal. And it might even happen after the call. And that's why you put your key zones in here. But what I do like is these two wicks. Like if this candle here closes bearish for Nas, I like that. You got a strong wick here. You got another one here. You're showing bearish activity. Price breaks our zone right here. That would be a selling opportunity. Just gotta wait. And again, price sometimes can be real indecisive around these times. And we know we got the 2 o'clock news, which is like something. If nothing happens during this session, it's definitely gonna happen during that. Yeah, let's see, get bullish. Let's see. Questions, comments, throw them in the chat. Throw them in the chat while I'm here. Yeah, 10:30 news for oil. It shouldn't shake up too much though with the indices. But I know a lot of people who've been trading oil. Wednesday oil sessions. Not yet. It's still just, this is all the same region, just playing around. And again, if price were to get bullish on entries for S&P, I mean, everything's already labeled. For S&P, where I'll be looking to get in. For Nas, for S&P, where I'll be looking to get in for strategy 3, for strategy 4. And then likewise for the sell, we haven't really had a break. The price started out on the line for us, our low of our Asia session. So it's just like, need a clear break of that for us to take it. Did not get it. I wouldn't say it just affects U.S. markets. I would say it mainly affects U.S. markets, but because it is the U.S. market, it affects a lot of other things that are going on. So it's like, it's not like the U.S. news is going to directly make the yen weaker, but it does like shake up what's going on in the markets, because the U.S. is the core currency across the world. Basically, when you see the forex majors, they're all USD pairs. Like, so the most traded pairs that the banks are trading involve U.S. pairs. So it's like a yes and a no. No problem. Can I take a look at gold? Sure. Let me see something first. And then this is gold. Shoot, I remember this drop. The price came all the way back up. Yeah, I don't see enough to take the gold buy. No, sir. Still in the same region, starting to show some more bullish activity though. I wouldn't take the buys yet though. My buy entries are going to be up here throughout the session, if that makes sense. And again, once the news drops, we could see a big break or a big movement. So it's just want to keep your eyes up for that. I think I got a haircut scheduled for that much time. That sucks, but questions, comments, throw them in the chat. Again, not much movement at all. Just still continuing consolidation. They're still in the downtrend though. Overall, down. Yeah, all three. I do both, Kenny. So it's like you can close, and what I've been doing more is closing half my position at the whatever the target goal is. So if it's Nas 100 pips, if it's S&P 50, and then taking just sliding my stop up, and it's easy to slide the stop on. We can trading on the computer. Really easy. For everybody on too, make sure y'all on today's call at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're definitely about to be transitioning how the AIRO stream is streamed now that we have AP Live. So I want to make sure everybody knows how to use AP Live, how to get to everything. Y'all blowing my Telegram up tonight. How do I get on the call tomorrow? Blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all on the call today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to break down and go over everything, how it all works, and how it's going to implement and help everybody out. And remember, y'all going to be able to give out 7-day free passes to people to try out and hop on the sessions and trade with us and stuff like that. And we're going to make an announcement, just maybe give a little bit of detail on some of the things that's coming with AIRO 5.0. So it's a lot of, it's going to be an exciting call. Right after the call, everybody will have access to AP Social and the AP Live. So that's going to be pretty dope. So I'm excited for everybody to see that. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you are there. A big bullish candle here on US 30. For US 30, the up zone that I would take it at, again, is up here. And it seems far, but it's really not when you're talking about the indices. You see, Nas is closer to its breakout zones than any of the other ones almost. For the sell and the buy. Yeah, I know. Nate's gonna whoop my ass. I'm sorry, my fault. He be getting mad because everybody always blows him up and DMs him after just for new updates and stuff like that. Leave that man alone. He's working hard. He's a beast. Oh yeah, S&P starting to shoot up. So is US 30. Let's see how far we are from breakouts. We got more of a distance on S&P than Nas. Nas gets a strong break. Let me see who's even on the call right now. What's up? Just all the 100 folks. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? See who's active. Drop a 1 if you're going to be on today's call at 4 p.m. Eastern, just to make sure who's in here. I think some of y'all sleep. Nick's always first. All right, I see some ones in the chat. It's a nice little 12 to 15 ones. See y'all. Perfect. Perfect. Definitely want to make sure that you're plugged into that. Okay, Jaka, I see you. Mike Manuel, Dr. Luli, Jamise, Mike Puccina, Joy Olis. I know you're going to be in there. Jordan FX, Dr. Jeff, Raj, squad. Yeah, these things just playing around. Now I feel that, Julian. You're up more than anybody I know. I wonder if this thing's gonna melt, man. You go to the 15, you see here's a wick here, wick forming here on this 15-minute candle. You can go to the higher time frames, go to the H1. You see here wicks all in this region and selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure. You're gonna break out, like our line right here, break out. Perfect. Oh yeah, and also we're gonna be adding another strategy. To everybody who hops on Jackie's calls, I know the Fed breakout strategy that she leverages. It's a pretty dope strategy. I'm still learning it and tightening it up myself, but she's gonna have that in the back office soon as well for people. Now that'll make it 11 different strategies you have for AIRO. How did I get 6 charts to show at once? You can just go to perfect. Appreciate that, Rod. I'll drop her link. That video for the recording should be in the on the AP YouTube channel very soon as well. You have options. I don't use the. I rather just have the pairs that I'm trading up than have the dashboard. But if everybody has the dashboard, that's where all your pairs are at. You can just click them and bring them up independently. But if you wanted to just have whatever pair you're trading, you can go to your market watch. Let's say I want to trade whatever index this is, France. Let's say France 40. It's wild. So let's say I wanted that was one of my pairs. I would bring it up, right click, template, AIRO, close my market window, and then click this button up top, and it'll even it up. Now there's 7 up there as opposed to 6. So you can have whatever you want up there. The France 40. That's so funny. I've never even seen this indice before. Nah, I've never heard of it. Y'all funny. Y'all be trading them other crazy indices? I don't know nothing about them. Even when they start trading the German, I was like, what is this? CAC 40. What's that? That's the Canadian dollar. What is that? The CAC 40. French index. He said my broker doesn't have it. Gotcha. I've never even seen that monster. The pip count crazy. Right, y'all see all my indices right here. Oh yeah, so yeah, that's what I had up. It's just that. Yeah, I feel that. If I lived over there too, I would be rocking. Yeah, German 30 is a beast. German 30 is like the US 30. So if y'all have any questions, it's not looking like nothing's gonna line up. I will want to see a like we talked about all of our key points. I will see y'all on the call today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If y'all got any questions, y'all can hit me directly on Telegram. We got a lot of things coming out. I will catch y'all all at 4 p.m. Keep your eyes on the bag chat. See things just starting to look like they want to pop off. Not just yet. No problem, Daniela. Appreciate y'all. Again, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll be speaking on there, talking about AIRO, just kind of explaining how the transition is going to work. Yeah, go to sleep, Raj. Y'all are crazy. All right, see y'all at 4. Much love, and I'll post Jackie's recording as soon as AP puts it on the YouTube. And now it's looking like it's close. We got about 2-3 minutes left on the call. Take the Nas by. Literally almost pressed end on the call. I wanted to get in already. Let's see. broke right through our up zone. All right, let's wait for it on S&P then. So we are about 10 pips, maybe about 30 pips away from our zone on S&P for everybody who's still on. Let's keep our eyes on that. I wanted to hop in now. So it would literally started shooting up right when I was about to end the call. So keep our eyes on this S&P break of this zone here at 4453. I'll post this in the back chat too. Looking to enter once price gets close and closes above that line. Looks like we're going to get some bullish action. Let's see. Yeah, see a strong close over like this. It's a good trade zone disappeared. Let's wait on it for S&P, and I'll catch y'all at 4. Dr. Luli, the recordings are right on literally just Auvoria Prime's YouTube. So just go to YouTube, search Auvoria Prime. Auvoria Prime, boom. Check trading. Oh shoot, damn, her call's already up. That was so fast. So this was Jackie's call from earlier. Much love to my homie Jackie. All right, but I will catch y'all at 3. I'm sorry, I catch y'all at 4 Eastern. Much love. Let's keep our eyes on S&P, and if we get to break it at high, I'll be in there.